Terrifier 2 just had its premiere at Fright Fest yesterday. Let's talk a little bit about the reactions.
Well, sometimes that is better.
Hey everybody, what's up? KillJoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. Today we're talking a little bit about Terrifier 2, talking specifically about some casting news and the reactions from its premiere over in the UK. I am so excited to talk about all this, but before we do that, if you guys can like this video and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that. First thing on the docket is that the pro wrestler Chris Jericho has apparently joined the cast. Obviously this was a long time ago, but it's just been made news to us normal folk very recently. Director Damien Leone took to Instagram and said, "Since the cat's officially out of the bag, we're super honored to announce that the one and only Chris Jericho will be featured in Terrifier 2. Such a thrill and a pleasure to work with this man." Now, as you can see from this picture, Chris will be playing Bloody Hospital Attendant number 1. But seriously, it almost looks like he's playing like a psychiatric hospital attendant, and he's covered in blood, so I'm sure he gets murdered at some point, which, come on, if you're gonna be in a Terrifier film, probably. But this kind of goes hand in hand with something from the trailer that is kind of been yet to explain about how it's going to appeal to this plot, how it's going to be something interwoven into what happens in Terrifier 2, which is of course Victoria Hayes. How does this character somehow interject herself into the plotline of Terrifier 2? One of the big twists about the first Terrifier is trying to figure out who the lady is from the beginning of the movie with the deformed face. It's revealed at the end of the movie that it's Victoria Hayes' character, and we actually have confirmation that not only will she be in this next film, but she's actually featured multiple times in the trailers. In this shot right here, we can see Victoria writing something with blood on the wall of her cell. Could this be Chris Jericho's blood, perhaps? I'm sure if you saw this at UK Fright Fest, you're laughing at me right now, but you know what? I can still theorize. I don't get to see this puppy until October 6th, baby. But on Monday when I'm recording this, the tweets are going wild about Terrifier 2. Overwhelming praise for this film is going across the entire internet right now, and it is just wonderful to read. Some of my favorite tweets include at SkinTrader2 saying Terrifier 2 promised a lot for fans, but somehow it actually delivered more. Ultra gory, stupendously violent, and utterly insane on every level. At V for Vignetta tweets, "All your Halloweens have come at once. Damien Leone's 140-minute Art the Clown epic is a splatter slasher full of absolutely insane levels of butchery, realized with incredible practical effects. Over the top, out of control, and off the rails." At that Ryan Martin tweets, "The longest horror movie ever. Good job, it's bloody terrific." Now, with all of this expected praise, the one thing that has me very interested was something we learned a long time ago, that this movie would run over 2 hours, but now with the confirmation that it's 140 minutes, I can already see in a lot of these tweets some people saying that it's a little long. Now, there's a few things I want to comment on here that I find really interesting about the Terrifier movies in general. I've always felt that the first Terrifier, which only runs 86 or 87 minutes long, was a little too long in my opinion, just for what's going on in that movie. I think it honestly should have been 60 minutes and it would have been perfect. But for Art the Clown's second outing, which obviously this isn't really his second outing, it's just the second outing in his major franchise, that is, Art the Clown is doing a lot more this time around. It's a much more intricate plot that's already been teased to us by Damien Leone himself. So I feel like an hour 40 runtime would totally work depending on what the plot entails. If it's a much more intricate plot line with just a bunch of crazier stuff going on throughout the film, I think it could work for a 2 hour and 20 minute long movie. My only other weird note about that is I kind of hope they don't show us the craziest kill of the entire movie within the first act, especially since this thing is going to run so long. Many people differ on this ideology, but I've always felt like you can't show us the craziest thing first. You kind of got to build up to it. It kind of has to be like a staircase. You got to set us up with this level of intensity and just keep building and building and building and building from there. And if Terrifier 2 is set up like this, I genuinely mean it when I say this could be one of the best slasher films ever made. Howdy, Jake from the future here to finish up the video real quick. Now, my past self failed to mention that producer Steve Barton had a very interesting tweet right before the premiere over at the UK Fright Fest, specifically talking about an end credits scene. At Uncle Creepy said, "Just a few hours away from the world premiere of Terrifier 2 at Fright Fest. Attention fans, stay during the credits," with a nasty little winky face there. Now, what do you have up your sleeve, Mr. Steve? Or should I be asking Damien Leone if maybe he's setting up a Terrifier 3? This would come as no surprise to me if they were setting up a Terrifier 3 and a possible end credits scene. This is nothing new for Damien Leone, who's already spoken about being interested in possibly doing another movie as well as a couple more. And let me tell you, if this movie is as good as I think it's going to be, I am down for a whole future of Art the Clown movies. Terrifier 2 comes to theaters first on October 6th and then to Screambox sometime in November. What do you guys think about Terrifier 2 so far though? Does this update have you riled up? Because it better. I am so unbelievably excited for this movie, like I have already said probably too many times in this video, but what do you guys think? So I can shut up for 2 seconds. Leave me a comment down below. Talk to me about Terrifier 2. What do you think? Thank you guys so much for watching this brand new update video on Terrifier 2. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, like this video, subscribe, you know, do all that stuff. That would be pretty cool. That would make old Jake pretty happy. I'm old Greg. Thank you all for watching again, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.